If you run a CNC router table with a vacuum table like I do, I have the ShopSabre IS408, also a Pro back there too. But if you have a vacuum table and you're tired of turning off these valves on and off at the start and end of every single job, I want to show something that I think you would appreciate. So we cut 1/4-inch sheets of plexiglass. We go through somewhere between 30 to 80 sheets per day, depending on how busy, the day or the week is. And so walking over to close and open these valves, that's what, 60 to 160 times a day we're walking over, opening the valves, closing them. That got tiring really, really quick. I got old really fast. And it wasn't until I actually did the CNC operator's job for like an hour and I realized this is stupid. We gotta automate this. This is too much wasted motion. So we automated this so we don't touch those valves anymore. Our vacuum is actually operated by Gcode now. And we put something into the post processor that it opens and closes the valve for the vacuum pump, so we never have to touch a single valve ourselves. So let me show you how that works, because I think you would get a kick out of it. So here's the front of the table for reference. So here's the main vacuum line. This comes off all the different zones. The big vacuum line goes to the pump. So we put this valve in here. I got, 60 to 80 bucks off Amazon. And right now it's closed, and we hooked it up to an air cylinder. Another Amazon buy, 20 bucks or something. 3D printed jig, we just tapped it into the steel here. And then for the hoses, for the air cylinder, we just teed them straight into the line for the pop-up pins for this machine. Not sure what machine you have. This is how it works on the ShopSabres. But we have these pop-up pins. Another little air cylinder device pops them up. That way you can just shove your material into the same reference point every single time. So that air cylinder that controls the valve for the vacuum pump is tied directly to these pins. And if it's tied to the pins, then we can tie that to Gcode. So let me show you how this works. So I just created a test Gcode here. I'll show you what the Gcode looks like too. So right now, pins are up. The first line of code is a pins down. So let's see here. So I hit enter. You can hear it, that it changed. The pins went down. The vacuum is now activated. It's just gonna draw a number 4 over here with the Sharpie tool. So it's gonna come over here, grab our Sharpie tool. Our Sharpie tool labels every single order. We don't work in, this isn't never just like one big job. There's probably 4 different customer orders on a sheet. We need to know which order number each sheet is. So it's just gonna come, you can see it made a 4. It's gonna go back to its spot. You can see those pins pop back up. I'm gonna put the Sharpie away so it doesn't dry out. And the vacuum is now disengaged automatically. Let me show you what that looks like in Gcode. So for us, let's see here. All right, so M12C3, we put that into the post processor. So the first thing it's gonna do is this means pins down. And pins down means vacuum engaged. And so it's gonna go pins down, vacuum engaged at the start of every Gcode, gonna go through, and then at the end of each Gcode, same thing. Now we're M11C3, which means pins up, which means vacuum disengaged. So that runs automatically in the Gcode for all of our files that we run. And man, I'm glad we don't have to walk over here every single time again, because that got old really fast. So I own the business, and usually some of the best implementations that get, or best ideas that get implemented into the shop is when I actually get a chance to do the job of the employee doing it, and then I do their job, and like, man, this sucks. We got to fix this. And so, yeah, this is just so much better. I love it. And then I'm not going to show you, but here's our Pro machine. And we just did the same thing. We have both of our machines set up the exact same way. I'll show you under the hood again. So, same components. There's the valve and the air cylinder. This one's just mounted a little differently. We like all our machines to be rigged up the same way. If you're curious on this one, that's our Sharpie jig, because this one needs to come out and then up and then drop back in. Maybe I'll do another video on the Sharpie jig and how we came to that little conclusion there. But anyways, just wanted to share this. It's something that has helped us a lot, and maybe it will help one of you out there save some time.